Hi, and welcome to winter. No. Hi, and welcome to Tracking Treasure. I'm Denise McLeod, and yes, it is winter. But guess what? I've been metal detecting all last summer, and boy, do I have a show for you. Today, we are headed to Waterford Township, Michigan, and we are going to look at a 1901 farmhouse built one block west of Mesa de Lake near Nelsey Road. But I think, and I was thinking about this, I think that we should take a look and see what it was like in 1901, don't you? And also, one more thing, and I hate to say this, I really do. Let's dig into it. Here we are in San Francisco, 1903. I just wanted to give you an idea of the booming city closest to 1901, so you could take a look and see how active in those cities are. These are from smaller towns, more like what Waterford would have been like, what they would wear, what kind of houses they had, how they lived. You can see how simple life was back then. This is up north in Michigan. As we move into Detroit, you can see the Opera House there. People would take a stagecoach or a horse down the Saginaw Trail and into Pontiac. And as you can see, Pontiac had cars and horses. And you would go from the Saginaw Trail to Waterford at the train station there. And these are kind of what the downtown area would look like in Waterford. Today we're going to go to a 1901 house, one block west of Mesa de Lake, right near Nelsey Road. So let's take a look and see what we found. Okay, so here's our find that is complete on the table here. Found many different variety things, but I think today I'm going to start with the mason lids. And most of these lids on the inside were made out of porcelain or glass. This one is cracked. But this is a Boyd mason jar, which is one of the first mason jars around until they merged with Ball. And that's what we use kind of today is the Ball mason jars. But this one is a good find. And let's take a look at what it really looked like intact. And here it is. Here's a Boyd mason jar. Nice and pretty. And here's the cap. Here's a cap that's not cracked. And here's also the storage box that they came in. Now this is the Ball mason cap or lid. And that's what that looked like. Kind of looked the same as the Boyd. Now they did merge those two companies. This is intact, however, which is a good find for me. And then laying alongside of some of these were these little pieces of the sides of the mason jar caps or lids. So let's take a look here. This one, so they kind of fit like that, and that I think even went to that right there, the way it fits. But yeah, those would be around it, underneath it. I have not found one intact. I would love to find a mason jar intact, but that's going to be difficult. This is part of a knife that I found in the front yard. It lost its handle at some point, I guess. Maybe rotted away. But that was pretty interesting. Coal. Now, coal is found a lot in a lot of areas in Waterford. It was found at the hatchery house, the hatchery park. It was found in Drayton Plains Nature Center. It was found at this home. Coal was used for heat. Okay, I found a couple of these. At first, I thought that was like somebody's address, because it looks like a big O to me, but it's not. What I think it is horse tack. You know, for the bits or the reins. I found a couple of these around Waterford, actually, in different places. But this was in the front yard, as well as this, a smaller one. That was in a different area in the same front yard. But I think they're horse tack, and I have a friend who probably could tell me. I should make her a part of the show, and that's Wendy. And I find a lot of horse tack around Waterford, actually. So this right here is a flask. And you can kind of see this was found with it. And if I lift it up, you can see it's a flask. And this kind of went with it when it wasn't squashed. So that's pretty interesting, don't you think? I think they were having a good old time at this house. And now we have a wide variety of square nails. And there's a chart that shows you, based on the size and the square of the nail, what year it is, which I haven't really went through. But I found a lot of nails at this property. Just years of peeling off the roof and building things, building the front porch. I also found this, and at first I thought it was a gear shift, and then I was like, well, that can't be a gear shift because they didn't have gears like that. So I'm guessing that that is a spoon or a fork handle. See, I'm like, oh, it's got to be a... No, they don't have that gear shift on those cars back then. But I think it is a handle or a fork or a spoon or some kind of something for the kitchen. But I could be wrong. So if you have an idea, you can always email me, okay? A hinge. I find a lot of these hinges. I found another hinge. Find a hinge. Oh, at the Drayton Plains Nature Center, I found a hinge similar to this, almost exactly alike, actually. And I found a hinge like this in Holly. But I'm gonna guess that's the thing that they had during the day. So that was interesting. Now this I find everywhere in Waterford, and that is a pie tin. Now I don't know if this was their takeout, their kind of takeout thing, but I have found these pie tins everywhere. Covert, school, this home here that I'm talking to you about today, everywhere. Stepanski, the old school, um, Drayton Plains Nature Center, Hatchery House, you name it. This tin right here has been found everywhere. It's aluminum. And I have several pieces, but I wanted to save that because you can kind of see it's real thin, lightweight. So that is found everywhere. Another thing that's found in Waterford quite a bit in everywhere I go, especially Drayton Plains Nature Center, is you got some shotgun. You got a shotgun shell, shotgun caps here. And I believe this is like from the first, I think the first shotguns or rifles had these kind of cartridges, which I found everywhere. I'm not sure though. I can't say for sure. It could be something completely different. So if you have an idea, but for some reason I think it's some kind of shell for a gun. Now, the big surprise for me is this right here. The biggest surprise for me is finding a 3-ring Civil War bullet in the yard in the 1901 house right there by Mesa Day Lake. This was a shock to me. I'm like, but then I started thinking, well, wait a minute, we fought in the Civil War, right? Michigan did. But I thought, well, I would never find one of these because it's a Civil War bullet. But I'm sure when they came home or whatever, they still had them. So I'm going to guess this bullet was found in the front yard by accident. And I would not want to get shot with this. Let me tell you, it's pretty heavy and big. So that was the big surprise to me. As far as these caps go, if it doesn't say USA on it, it's an old cap. Okay, I'm trying to see if we can. This is a number 10 gauge. New Rival, is that what it says? Winchester, New Hard to see through a phone. New arrival, 10 gauge. This is an old shotgun cap. That was found. This was found. Number 12, 12 gauge. Winchester also. Super X. I don't see any USA on that, but I don't know how old that is. And then this full, I don't think this is very old, but this 20 gauge slug was found also in the yard. I don't think that was that old, but I could be wrong. And then this 22, which could, I don't even know when. I don't even know. It's just a 22, so it could be any time. So these are the shotgun shells, the caps, and bullets that I found in the yard. I'm sure there's more. You could go over the same yard 3 or 4 times and still not get everything. Let me just say that, because the ground is always moving. So that's why I'm looking forward to spring, and I'll go over this yard again, and I'm sure I'll find something else, more things. So that is the bullets. Just a key. I don't think that's very old. This is interesting. This is part of a compact. I don't know if you can see it real well, but it has lines in it. See that? And then you can see where the hinge was. So you can see where the hinge was. And it's some kind of compact. I'll put that down here for you so you can see. I was hoping it would have wording on it, but yeah, it's a compact, half of a compact. I don't know what was in it. I don't know if there's tobacco in it or makeup or condoms. That'd be a big condom, wouldn't it? Anyway, so that is that. This was found, and I'm going to put this over here. This was found. It is an old iron that was found in the backyard. I did not find this. The homeowner did. But they think that there was a garbage pit in the backyard. And this is an old-fashioned iron. And they found a tin cup, which I don't have on me. But that's an iron back in the day. And I do believe the backyard was mostly for garbage. Some of the other things that were unusual, and I could have put this out here first, but I wanted to wait here. This, hard to see. This is a Chinese coin. Oh, kind of see it. It's from 1901, Chinese coin. I had 2 of them that were found together. And I did a little research and I asked around. No, this one you can see better. It's a Chinese coin. And I did a little research, and that was any Chinese people in the area of Waterford in around the 1900s. And then I was told they didn't believe. There was no history on that. But what I'm going to guess, since this was at Nelsey and Mesa Dave Lake Road, and it was a place to gamble, I'm going to bet, and I could be wrong, that these coins are from railroad workers. I found out that when you build a new house in China, they put 2 coins by the front door. They bury it for good luck. By the threshold, they bury it. Now, I'm not sure if that's what these are. I don't know where they came from, but they're both from 1901. Very cool. I was very excited to find this. Alongside of that, alongside of the coin, I found a 1942 silver quarter. These were all basically found in the same hole or near each other. Very close. Very close. So that's kind of cool. Silver quarter. Now, when you're digging up silver, it stays silver. Like you can see it. It doesn't get dirty like these coins. It just stays nice and clean like that, which helps, right? Also, the coins that I found were a lot of 1 centers. You can see there, 1 centers. 1943 from Canada. I don't know what some of these are. See, 1954. It's hard to see. 1 center. 1950. So I found some 1 centers there. That's pretty cool. This was also very cool, found in the front yard as well. I am not sure what it is, but on the back, it had a little nub here. So I thought, oh, well, and this looks like cork here. It had a little nub here. So I don't know if this was a button. I don't know if it was on a horse bridle or something. That's the size of it. That also looks Chinese to me for some reason, but I'm not sure what that was, but it's very cool. It was a very cool find. I was very excited to find that, as well as another cool thing, which was this. I don't know if it was a brooch. I don't know. Kind of looks like a cap, like a pin was in it maybe at some point. Like maybe they wore it. Someone said they use these to make designs in cookies. They use it as a press. I don't think so. I don't know what it was. I think it's kind of a brooch button kind of thing. And if you look, it's very small. Very small. Those 2 things were found in the yard as well. Very cool. This was found. This is a part of a lantern. And it came with this as well. Kind of was sitting like so. This was found all together. This is part of a lantern. Probably go like that. I don't know. Probably go like that. So that was part of a lantern that was found. Another very cool find, which I have to be very careful with because it's so delicate. This is a shaving cream container that I found. Very old. I'm going to show you what the real picture looked like. JBW Company. Can't see what that says. But I'm going to show you. I've already found a picture, so I'm not sure what that says. It's something, but it is shaving cream. And I guess they came in tubes. At first I thought, oh, it's some kind of ointment or toothpaste or something, but it's not. It is shaving cream. That's how it came. Very cool find. Very cool. So you'll like this. This is the cap off of Pfeiffer's beer. Like a beer cap. It's just an aluminum cap that you peel off. Pfeiffer's beer. Actually, it says Pfeiffer's Famous, but that is a beer, so that's cool. I found this in the fall, kind of in the side yard of the house. I'm like, this cannot be that old because it just looks like any old like muffin pie holder, cake holder, not pie, muffin holder, candy maker. I don't even know. But it was pretty cool. And it was like 6 inches down into the ground under a rock, actually. It was basically under a rock. So if you have any ideas, obviously it's for cooking. But there's no age to it for me. So I don't know. I'm going to guess it's maybe from the 40s, 30s, maybe. Since you're by Mesa Day Lake, a couple of sinkers. All kinds of coins, mostly pennies, but yeah, all kinds of coins. Oh, you guys will like this one. Let me see. Now, if you're a gamer, this is a token. See that? It's a token. And that is a wizard, I believe. That is a wizard, I believe. So that is from maybe area code 313. Remember that arcade place? So this is a game token, maybe from the 80s. That's kind of cool. I have no idea what this is. I'm going to say it goes to a car part. This was found. This was found in the ground, but I think this is an old. I think it's from a fire hydrant, an old fire hydrant. I think that's what that is. So, let's see what else. That pretty much covers it. So that is, so far, the find that we have, or that I've, so far that's the find that I have with all the mason jars and pennies, and very good find for me. Especially the coins, the brooch, even the flask is pretty cool. But I'm gonna, I'll be back again if I find more stuff, which I'm gonna go look for in the spring. I prefer to dig in people's yards in the spring before the grass kind of gets going. So that's it. That's my find. I hope you like it, and I'll be back.